Copy. If I see him up again, I'll relay messages on 2x1.
Yeah, Hobo 1's here. Hobo 2-1.
Copy.
There's a beautiful sight here at Makeup. I'm seeing mirages pop in.
Hey everyone. In some of my prior videos, I went over a couple techniques that can be used to try to help you win your battles in DCS. And I've been rummaging around through my head trying to come up with some more content to give you that are similar to these topics. A lot of you had some great suggestions, and I plan on addressing these as soon as possible. However, on a lot of the content I find it to be either too basic, like startup procedures, takeoffs, landings, things of this nature, things that people have done 100 times, or incredibly complex and not really something most people will use in DCS, so like proper combat formation, brevity, how exactly to fly this plane or that plane, in this situation and that situation, things of this nature. Now, while a lot of these are great, and I still might work on them, it's just really hard to find a good way and an entertaining way to approach it, but also keep the tutorial short and informative. So I've been doing some thinking, and I think I've come up with a good idea to fill time in between these tutorials, and something that I'd like to do on a more regular basis. The idea is that I'll look at one or two of my own sorties, both good and awful, from prior weeks of gameplay, and show you and myself what I did wrong or what I did right. And we can all learn from my mistakes and hopefully a few successes in between. Now, I don't claim to be great at this game. I consider myself to be okay. I can hold my own. I do love air-to-air and air-to-ground combat. So don't take this as me telling you that my way is the right way. By all means, this is a learning experience for both myself, and I hope you guys can teach me a thing or two along the way. So with that said, let's move on here.
It's 15 now, it's medium range. He's about to go close.
I got him, 40 miles. Look at that beautiful formation flying. Just look. All right. So Peaches and I were on our way to attack Sochi when we received a horrifying sight of 2 Mirages and an F-15 on the RWR. So being the only cap, I punched it in the hopes that I could at very least distract them and Peaches could fly under the radar down the coast and do what he does best and wreck Sochi. Two ship.
Chapters, you want me to turn in and support on these 15s?
Yeah, I don't know if maybe we'll take them both.
Copy. I'm going nose on.
I don't know where that Mirage was that was behind us at Makeup. Hopefully he's coming.
I'm only showing 115 right now.
Yep, there's 2. Possible Mirage.
Angels on the 15.
Unknown. Hi.
Copy. Yep, the Mirage is right behind them.
Yeah, the Mirage is closer. I believe it's the Mirage.
15's getting pretty close. Okay.
$11 miles. Fox 1, missile on me.
I see your flares.
Not mine. Splash 1. Second is unknown, turning cold. Okay, let's look at what happened here. So here's me. Here's Bandit. Go ahead and continue here. and see what happens. So I begin by slowing my closure rate just so I have time to make sure I have a good lock, figure out what I want to do, and my intent is to do the F-pull maneuver coming back the other way. So I'll turn to go this direction eventually here, somewhere around 11 miles. So here's the turn. And if we pause here, he actually got his missile off before I did, which generally is perfect for the F-pull maneuver. If he doesn't do it and I fire second, I'll still win most of the time, as long as I fire within a reasonable time period. So if we continue here, you can see exactly what happens. If you look, he has not turned at all. He's still coming dead on straight towards me. Meanwhile, I've turned this way. So the distance gap you can see here is currently relatively about the same. And he's probably going to lead, this missile's going to lead this way. So the distance gap is pretty much the same, even though he fired first. And we're about halfway there now. So if we go ahead and continue, if you notice, now the distance gap is no longer the same. His missile's still got about this much, whereas mine's slightly shorter. And that's because of the F-pull maneuver. I've slowed my closure rate to his missile. He has come directly straight at it and not turned at all. Thrown a bunch of chaff and flare, which doesn't do anything when you're coming straight at a missile. If you would have notched it, it would have helped a lot better. And I've also begun a new turn this way, just in case this doesn't hit. I want to be able to try to avoid this and possibly get a second shot off if need be. So let's continue here. And right about there. There's the splash. You can see I still have a huge amount of space with this missile. Since he gets splashed here, his radar lock's dead. This missile goes dumb. It's just going to start to travel off in the direction it was going last when he died. And meanwhile, I'm turning to go out this way. So I'm going to be relatively safe. If we look at the bottom here, I'm kind of diving down. It's diving down. He's going to be splashed here. Offset's a little bit much. We're also 4 miles apart. And I'll go ahead and continue here. You can see what I mean. And there we go. So the missile came right past me, missed. I probably had a few hundred yards between me and that missile, but any movement at all after I splashed him is going to mean that missile is going to miss me. If I didn't move, it might hit me, but another reason to do that last turn there really helps. Just continue this on here. The other thing that happened was I had no idea where that other bandit was, so I knew there were 2 more. Better get the hell out of here. Go ahead and split S out and away from danger. The other thing is I wanted to show you this part. Here's how close that missile got. You can see, I didn't tack view to see the distance, but what you can see is, as we go back and forth here, it was pretty close, maybe 50, 60 feet off. But again, it was traveling the last known direction when the bandit, died. So let's go ahead and continue. We have friendlies inbound. 030 for 12. So coming into this turn, I completely missed this F-15. Looks like he was pretty high, which is why I didn't see him. It's probably also why he didn't see me. So I just continued on. I probably should have egressed a little bit more before I came back, but Peaches was in the area. I didn't want him to die. The next thing that happens is I get this Mirage 2000 launching a 530 on me. I have no idea where he is. I know he's probably within 11 miles, and he was within 9. So first things first, find the direction it is, put it on your beam, and notch it. And that worked perfectly. I don't know if he just completely lost radar on me and couldn't find me after that. That's probably true. He probably didn't switch PRF to medium to try to find me, cold on him. And then I ended up in this kind of wacky situation where nobody knows where nobody is, and then, that's not where you want to be. So I kind of just started searching around here, couldn't find anything, thought I was merged with somebody. Anyway, I'll let you watch and see. Do you have an altitude for that guy? Did you see him or no?
Looks like he was high. I saw some cons. What's your angels?
7.
Yeah, I saw cons up high.
What's the heading?
It was approximately 150.
Oh, I'm right on him. Shit, I lost him. I can't. God damn it. I had him, but I lost him. I'm in the merge.
Copy. There's a 15 over here to the east, close.
Magic Koba.
Go for magic.
I believe I'm merged with a Mirage. Do you have any vectors?
Negative. Magic is blind right now.
Copy.
Magic Peaches nails 15 to my east, close.
I think I got him, Peaches.
Okay.
Copy.
Box
Hobo
1.
for you. That'd probably be 180 for
He's
8.
flaring. Splash. Splash. Splash 15.
You are sweeping the skies clean, Jabbers.
Peaches, you still have nails?
Negative. Peaches naked. Peaches pressing Sochi 49 miles.
Peaches, I'm down to 2 magics. I'm gonna have to RTB.
That's cool. It's a good time to reload.
So at this point, I'm just gonna kind of speed up here. I didn't have anything else to provide. I had 2 magics. That's not really gonna help anybody. So I had to RTB and kind of reload, refuel, and then I can go back up. So we'll just fast forward this a little bit here, and we'll continue when we get to something interesting. Yeah, the unfortunate thing that happened was while I was rearming, refueling, Peaches got engaged and, passed away. So, good news is Peaches decided to give me personal GCI for the duration of my sortie. So, go ahead and pick up here and see what happens. Mirage stays there. Mig.
Because you're going to come get him.
No, he's on running, going down the runway. He's in the taxiway.
Oh, yeah, I see him. He did. Hobo 2-1 is airborne. private GCI for about 5 minutes while I let the track load.
Sweet.
The scope's clean.
I had a 15 on my RWR when I took off. I didn't let my plane align, so I have to look at this tiny little compass.
Friendlies to the south include a Frogfoot, a 21, and a big one.
I have a 215 nails, 150 and 170.
Copy.
150 faded.
Yep. 155 for 100 feet wet, just west of Sakumi. Angels 3-9 and climbing.
Good God.
Yeah. Space shuttle.
I like those ones because they can't maneuver when they're up there.
Yeah. Plus, it's easier to notch them, right? Because you're below them.
Yeah, supposedly.
Because they're in look down mode. Yeah, this dude, he flew with us the past couple of nights. He's actually okay. He's got a goofy name. It's like a Japanese name. He's actually okay. He's tracking northwest.
Copy.
160 for 89. Angels 41, type 15, track northwest.
He's got a buddy up there with him too. Some
back on scope.
uh-oh, lag.
Plus the 530 beats the AIM 7 any day.
Oh yeah. You can outmaneuver the the AIM 7, no big deal. 530 you have to notch.
Yep. He's 160 for 7-2. Angels 4-5 climbing. Track northwest.
Angels what?
Angels 4-6.
I also got a Mirage nail. 170.
Clean. Update 155 for 51. Angels 47. Track northwest.
The best part about it is he's got his jammer on, so he's not hiding from anybody.
Yeah, I guess he figures he thinks he's up high, he's untouchable.
He figures he's up high, he'll have a launch range of an extra 5 miles on me, but I'll hear it because it's not a 120.
Yep. And I'll see it because I'm GC.
Yeah.
Are you Judy?
Not yet. As long as he doesn't go off my scope, yeah.
153 for 32. Angels 48. Track north. He's head on now. Track northwest. a friendly 21 off to your 3 o'clock low. And a 29 coming up on your 7 o'clock.
Missile on me.
He's diving on you, Angels 4-0.
None. So at this point, I was having a hard time getting a lock on him. And he ended up firing a missile at me. And I knew I had time, so continued to try to get a lock, but ultimately I had to go ahead and notch a missile. So nice and gentle, nothing too crazy. I want to keep my speed in case I need to merge with him. So missiles notched, and next thing I want to do is turn away and try to gather some situational awareness. And I looked up and I saw that there was a MiG-29 engaging him as well. So I figured at this point I could probably turn back in. An Angels update?
Yeah, 3-0 and diving. Still hot on you.
Fox 2. Splash. Something splashed.
I didn't see your missile.
The missile might have gone to the sun. Is the 29 still up?
Negative.
Do you still have a 15 or no?
No, 15's faded, 29 down.
I ended up getting him on vertical scan and fired an IR missile. I actually thought it went into the sun. It did not. It splashed him. And I had turned around immediately after I fired it and thrown off some flares in case he was firing at me, because I didn't necessarily know which way he was tracking. It all happened so fast. The thing that I could have done better would be to try to get more awareness of what he was doing and possibly not turn away, because had my missile missed, he would have been on my 6 and I probably would have gotten killed. I hope this gives you some insight at what I look for and how I use the very maneuvers I've explained in previous tutorials to my advantage, and how I go about learning not only from my successes but my mistakes. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button below to get notifications on new content, and I hope to keep this series going in the future. Drop me a comment below if you have any questions, comments, or advice on this video, and hope you enjoyed it, and until next time. Too much power. That was terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible.